Wagwan, dickheads, how you doing? It's me. Welcome back to the Chan. That's what I'm calling this now. The Chan. It's trendy. Now, I don't know if any of you guys can remember, but about a year and a half ago on this channel, I read some JaackMaate fan fiction. And for anyone who doesn't know what fan fiction is, it's essentially fiction written by a fan about a celebrity or a YouTuber that they desire. And weirdly, people write that about me. Now, usually, in order to read something funny in a video, I would have needed to have pre-read it to know that it's going to be funny. Today, that is not the case at all. I'm about to read to you not one, not two, but three JaackMaate fan fictions that even I haven't read before. Basically, my friend Jamie found them online, read them, thought they were hilarious, and has sent them to me with certain bits that I need to read. So hopefully, it's going to be funny. If it's not funny, blame Jamie, not me. I hated being the quiet one in the group. Nobody took my opinions or suggestions seriously. At school, the bullies used to call me Shy Shannon. That's not even good. If you're a bully and you're coming up with Shy Shannon for a girl called Shannon who's shy, at least be creative in your bullying. Of course I'm joking, don't bully anyone, whether it's creative or not. Nobody deserves to be bullied. Unless they're wearing Jake Paul merch, then literally just pin that fucker down and smack. But when I suggested going to watch the English boys play soccer, it was a suggestion that a lot of the girls took very seriously. If there's one thing that American girls love, it's shagging dogs. Sorry Shannon, I got carried away there. If there's one thing that American girls love, it's watching British boys. Well, that would explain how Alfie Days has a career, wouldn't it, Shannon? We followed the lads to the local diner where they sat sweaty and out of breath. Oh, sexy, Shannon, oh. I was in awe of them. Their cute British accent, their fluffy fringes, again, check. Mine's a combination of Trump and Boris Johnson. I'm rocking it, I think we can all agree. And their amazing sense of fashion. I mean, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, is it? I had my eye on one of the boys in particular. He was taller than the rest of them and had perfectly straight teeth. I knew who they all were without having spoken to them before because they were all famous YouTubers. I think that's why they were in America on work or something. I went over to introduce myself, which took a lot of bravery, as I was Shy Shannon after all. Yeah, the guy I liked was called Joe and was the brother of the famous beauty. Oh, fuck's sake! This is meant to be a JaackMaate fan fiction, and she's fancying Joe. So fuck you, Shannon. You pred. Suddenly, I'm not rooting for you anymore. Suddenly, Shannon, I hope you die. And that's not harsh. Don't try and expose me for that comment, like I'm the next fucking Logan Paul. She's fictional. Remember? That's like saying, I hope Ron Weasley gets syphilis. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to get syphilis. Not because he's fictional, but because that's a sexually transmitted disease and he's a ginger, so he's not shagging anyone. It would just be nice to fuck someone, even in a piece of fiction. Joe stood up and turned to me. I started to tremble. This is such bullshit. I can't believe I'm jealous. I'm jealous at some fiction by probably a 12-year-old. Joe winked at me and said, sorry, hun, I would stay and chat, but I have a flight to catch at 2. But out of nowhere, a blonde guy stood up and came over to say hello. Cue JaackMaate, guilty. He was kind of cute. Thank you, Shannon. But I didn't recognise him. Cunt! Oh, God! What? Hi, I'm Jack, he said in an intriguing tone. Although not as cute as Joe, I mean, I'll give you that one, I'm not. Although not as cute as Joe and all the other lads at the table. You are twisting that knife in my back, aren't you? It's a JaackMaate fan fiction and I'm the ugliest guy in it. I don't get that. I don't get that. Jack had a certain way about him that made him stand out. He was quirky. Fuck off, Shannon. Do one. No sexy person has ever been described as quirky. If you see a man in the street shouting at a pigeon, that's who you'd say is quirky. Because you don't want to say mental. So you say, oh, look at him, he's quirky. I'll tell you what, Shannon, I'm done with this. I'm done with this story because you clearly don't appreciate the hot piece of arse that I am. So I'm moving on to the next story. Shy Shannon. Fucking shy. You're not shy. You're shit. Shit, Shannon. Usually, the ice and snow would stop me from going out, but tonight it felt different. There was something in the air. I knew I didn't want to be at home on my own, so I called my girls, Jess and Chloe, and we ventured out to paint the town red. So, they all work for the council. Oh, that's a shit joke. We stopped off at the off licence and grabbed a £7 bottle of vodka each. Cheap, I know, but would definitely warm us up as we tried not to go arse over tits in the icy weather. That's not sexy. I was imagining a really sexy girl writing this, and then you use the phrase arse over tit. No one, apart from 45-year-old men from Bolton, use that phrase. Alright, love, careful when you're on your way to shop. It's icy out there, you might go arse over tit. Peter Kay is the only person that would use that phrase. Not a sexy girl. We had plenty of options as where to go, as it was a Saturday night, but we all decided we'd head to Roxy's. Roxy's was always a laugh. Who the fuck is Roxy? Plus, that's where anybody who was somebody would party. It was definitely the coolest nightclub in this. Oh, okay, so Roxy's is a nightclub. It's a cool nightclub, and I assume that's where they're going to meet me. Probably in the VIP area or something, just chatting to some babes. You know. Jess had a play suit on, whilst I went for skinny jeans and a tight top. Nice. Chloe, however, was wearing little to nothing as usual. Bless her. And it actually says bless. This is so passive-aggressive and patronising. Chloe's wearing next to nothing again. Bless her. The slag. As we turned to the corner and onto Fulham Street, we could already hear the usual sounds coming from Roxy's. The bass was the bass was reverberating up the street, and the queue was obviously quite big, as we could hear thousands of people screaming. That just doesn't sound right to me. That I think if I was in London on Fulham Street and I turned the corner and heard a bass and loads of people screaming, I wouldn't be going, oh, Janine, pass me a blue VK, I'm ready to boogie. I'd be fucking doing one. Do you know what I mean? Taxi for me, please. We queued for about 40 minutes, smoked a couple of cigarettes. Jess rejected more than a couple of boys who tried to hit on her early, although it's safe to say Chloe was lapping up the attention. What's she got in for Chloe? Like flies round what? Although it's safe to say Chloe was lapping up the attention. Oh, and then it goes on to say, like flies round shit. Chloe's getting a horrible rep in this. I feel for you, Chloe dog. Hit me up if you're out. She's not real. When we finally entered the club, a man in a suit came over to us and gave us 3 golden wristbands and told us it was our lucky night. He told us to enter the doors to the right rather than the usual left, so we did without questioning it. We knew it led to the VIP area. For 10 minutes, we couldn't work out why we just got given entry. It was surreal. I could hazard a guess. 3 attractive girls. You've already said Chloe's wearing next to nothing. One of the bouncers give you VIP. Just doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't fucking take Poirot to work that one out. The night had officially begun. We made it into the most prestigious, sorry, can't even take the piss, that's spelt right, it's just my shit reading. The most prestigious nightclub in the city. We were buzzing. Okay, cue JaackMaate. Oh god, what am I in there, am I? In the corner with some really expensive alcohol, just sort of chilling, a couple of babes on the lap. I can imagine this is what's going to happen. And I would be as well, do you know what I mean? I would be there. Sparklers in the cocktail, love and light. A couple of honeys on the left, on the right, just, that's what I do. I'll take these off because I look a cunt. But seriously, you'll have to be quick, girls, if you want to get me in this fan fiction, because I'm probably already necking on with Margot Robbie or Jessica Hudson. I couldn't name any sexy women. We walked up and down the VIP area a few times, scouting the area and seeing who was about. Although I couldn't help but feel Chloe saw this as a sales pitch, as she pulled down her already low-cut top to show off her already out boobs. It was very desperate, but we let her get on with it. What has Chloe done? But out of the corner of my eye, I heard an accent I recognised. What does that mean then? Out of the corner of my eye, I heard an accent. What do you hear with your eyes? What, you a fucking bat? Are ya? The accent was a thick Norfolk accent and was accompanied by a rather annoying laugh. Fuck's sake. It was JaackMaate from YouTube. Oh yes it was. He was with a bunch of lads and a couple of girls. Told you. I decided to go over and introduce myself. I've been a fan of Jack for many years, so this was a fairly exciting encounter. Oh, chill out, I'm just a man. I'm just a man. Chloe practically sprinted over to their table as if she was fucking Usain Bolt. It says fucking. It actually says fucking Usain. Why do you hate Chloe? I hope I get to sleep with Chloe, because she deserves love. Jack looked up as I approached and slowly looked me up and down. I think he liked what he saw. Hi, I'm Ryan, I said as I outstretched my arm for a... What? What does that mean? Hi, I'm Ryan, I said as I outstretched my arm for a handshake. What have I missed there? Jack stood up to shake my hand. He was clearly a real gentleman. I knew I'd have a task. I don't get what's going on. What? I knew I'd have a task on my hands, as Jack had spoken about having girlfriends on his channel numerous times, but it was a task I was happy... Okay. I've just read it back, and it's not a woman. This is not written from the perspective of a woman. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit disappointed. I thought it was a sexy woman, and I'm a straight man. I appreciate that, that I'm still getting a look in, whoever wrote this. That's a compliment in itself. But I mean, that's a fucking plot twist, isn't it? That's like sitting through that entire film of Sixth Sense and finding out that at the end, Bruce Willis was a gay the whole time. I'm just gonna scroll to the end just to find out if Jack decided to nibble on my neck. I put my hand on it. Yeah. I fuck him. Thank you to whoever wrote that. I feel awkward about that. On the email where Jamie sent me these stories, he specifically told me to leave this one to the end, and he also put this note on. This one is proper weird. You don't come in until chapter 4, and it gets really weird in chapter 8. So I guess we'll just skip to chapter 8 then, shall we? Please say I finally get to have sex with a sexy woman. In the elevator, we didn't speak a word to each other. Jack looked straight ahead, and I stared at the floor, bashfully. With each passing floor, I grew more excited. I didn't know what was about to come. Hopefully me, because I'm 3 fanfictions in, and I've not even seen a bit of fire yet. The elevator pinged as we hit the 42nd floor. Jack looked me dead in the eye and said, "After you," as he expressed his desire for me to leave the elevator first. "Ladies first," he said under his breath. "Utter fucking gentleman." Jack quickly added, "Plus, this way I get to see your ass before the jeans come off." Oh! Player, Jack. Touch me, brother. I trotted off and could feel I trotted off and could feel Jack's eyes burning into my behind as I walked down the corridor. Then, after just 30 seconds, we were there. Room 704, floor 2. Okay, so that explains the title, 70442. It's clever. The person who wrote this definitely rates themselves as a bit of a pensmith. As we stood at the door of the hotel room, he pushed me inside and told me forcefully to take off my clothes. Does sound like something a YouTuber would do. I obeyed his every command as I longed for whatever he had to offer. Ooh, and baby, let me tell you, if I know me half as much as I think I know me, I've got a lot to offer. Mainly the overuse of shitty Ollie White jokes, a lot of swearing, and a black and white picture of an Indian man I've never met. But still, hopefully there'll be some penis in there as well, because it is a fan fiction. I knew my nipples were just as excited as I am. What does that mean then? My nipples were just as excited as I am. You are your nipples are you. You're what? They're not 2 separate beings. Psst, nipples. You digging this at all? You into this? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm fucking loving this, Donna. I can't wait to go on a JaackMaate journey. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. I prefer Joe's so. Oh, fuck off, Lefty. You're always so fucking frigid. I spread my legs wide as Jack slowly walked over. He still had his jeans on, but nothing else. If his cock was anywhere near as hard as his abs, I was in for a night I'd never forget. You would be. I don't have abs. I have a belly made up mainly of Greg's steak bakes and Bulmer's Red. It's just a chubby little belly. So, if my cock's based on that, well, say hello to Mr. Flaccid. My heart was racing at this point. I love how confident Jack was. You could tell he'd been with many women before. He knew what he was doing. That's right. That is, give me that. Where are they gone? There we go. You got that right. I know my women. Ho ho. I've been with at least 4. As he pressed his throbbing bulge into me, he leaned in and began to whisper some words I would never forget. Psst. How shit is this Ollie White bit? It doesn't say that. I made that up, I'm sorry. You are going to orgasm like you have never orgasmed before, he whispered into my ear, giving me chills down my neck. Then right on cue, there was a soft knock at the door. For fuck's sake. I heard someone tentatively walk through. I heard a voice before I could see who it was. Room for one more? They asked. Not really, pal. I'm finally cracking on here. I've got my throbbing bulge pressed into her here, and we all know that's sexy. Then, my heart almost stopped then and there, as all my wildest dreams had come true. It was real. I wasn't about to fuck just one Maynard, brother, but both of them at the same time. It's about Jack Maynard! This whole thing is about fucking Jack Maynard. Fuck this shit! I want some labia, please. Can't believe I just said that. Oh, that is fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, Mum, if you she won't be watching. She's an alcoholic.